Hello, and welcome to my playground. This is the Mad Chemist Church, or Church McGurch, depending on where you know me from, and welcome to Madman Review. Today we're going to be taking a look at Monster Sanctuary. Now, this game can be played mouse and keyboard, or controller. I love these style of games. As you can see, it's kind of 16 to 32 8 to 16-bit. Some style in between the 8 and 16-bit games. So like your original, and if you can't tell from just the way it looks, this is a Pokemon clone, but it's one of those Metroidvania Pokemon clones. So it's got this unique kind of aspect to it, but it's still got the monster collecting aspect. So let's get into it. So I saw that I can get a New Game Plus, but it didn't tell me or explain to me anything about the New Game Plus other than I can now do New Game Plus. So what I'm guessing is just my knowledge off of New Game Plus being that things are harder and you can get better stuff, but it didn't seem like there was anything better to get, and all the items and things you find in chests through this game are pretty lackluster to begin with. They're just crafting materials. There's no really point in a lot of things. Like, every time I'd find a chest to be like, ooh, something cool, and I'd pop it open, it'd just be a crafting material that I already have hundreds of, and I'm just kind of like, I can buy this, you know. I don't really need it. And money was like never was never something like I needed. Like, I always had money. So you have tons of save files that you can pick from. Like, that is a lot of save files. As you can see, I'm at 99.4%. I'm probably missing a chest or two, which is probably that one there and that one there. It's probably the only things I'm missing, and that's because that requires a very specific monster you have to get, which requires you to 5-star the monster, which I wasn't having much luck 5-starring monsters in this game. So you start with the basics. This is kind of the main central hub here of the area, and this is the entirety of the map. These are all the teleporting points, and each different little icon means something different. Homes is generally where like an NPC or somebody like reoccurring can happen. Little circles are bosses, basically. So if we start here, where I'm at, music is actually really good in this game too. So what you can do is, once you get a monster one time, there's practically almost never a reason to keep it. So you can take eggs or monsters you already have in case you get a better one and dump them in here. And the more you get, the more points you get, the more of a reward you get. So right now my next reward is 5 times the level badge, which at this point isn't that great. Inventory shows you just kind of like your normal items. Each monster can be fed 3 different things, so you can kind of mix and match and decide, like, I want the guy to have 250 plus increases damage, healing, and shielding of this monster by 3%. And, each one does different things. Consumables, these are your in-fight items that will take a monster's turn for you to use. Your crafting materials, your evolution materials, which once you do it once, you get credit for the evolution, but you can get these again, because if you want, like, say, more than one, if you just want to do a full party of this one specific evolution, you can do a full party. Your key items, all your different weapons that you can get, which they go up to like a +5, and then of course all of your different accessories. Say you get an accessory but you don't really see what you want, you need to get it up, you can go to the blacksmith here, find who's wearing it, or if nobody's wearing it, and then take it to a +5. Or if nobody's wearing it and you just want to be like, oh, this looks like it's got a good set, or this has a good thing. I'm gonna put that on my guy. I can then just level it. Or, oh, that looks good. So what's this hexing rod? Oh, it should also apply a random debuff to a random enemy. That's actually really cool. Actually, yeah, let's take this all the way. So you kind of have to chase it. So now that it's done, it'll be sitting up here with everything else that's +5. Why don't I see it? Am I blind? Where'd it go? What is the hexing rod? Torch. Okay. Then you can go to equipment and say like this one. We can do like this hexing rod +5. Let's see. I have this restoring wand, as you can see, +25 defense, healing, buffing, and shielding actions. Additionally, remove 2 debuffs. This one just has a good attack, defense, and magic. So I could technically replace it. Yeah, I could technically replace it, but I don't. It's not that good because it doesn't give me the defense buff. But it's really nice to see that healing, buffing, and shielding also applies a random debuff. That could actually be pretty good for a build. Skills. This allows you to go to each one and pick a skill. I think that's that's a single target. All your different ones, and then when they hit 40, 42, I believe is the max level, you'll be able to pick an ultimate, and then each one has a different ultimate. You get to pick from 3, which you can just kind of swap back and forth all willy-nilly. You can see, and then you have like your healers, your healer tanks, your debuffers, damage dealers, tanks, your main team just allows you to swap from your around status. Shows you the status of what's going on, what buffs they have, what auras, different things like that, what food they've eaten, just all the different little things, like if they have a status or any kind of up or down, a weakness, resistance, stuff like that. Monster Journal. Now this is like your Pokedex. It shows you all the different creatures that you've encountered, and if you've captured them, you get the bio. The top 4 here are your starters. This is, you can't really, I'm not aware that you can get these guys, but they all pretty much, you pick which one you want to start with. I started with the Spectral Lion, so that's my familiar. You can get the bird, frog, or the wolf. I tend to go dog, but the dog is, I think it was ice or water. But whenever I play any kind of Pokemon game or clone, I always go fire as my starter. So these are your starters. I went this guy's starter. But I believe since you cannot get these as obtainable, they give you the bio already. And then just your different random assortment of creatures from pretty much all different walks of mythology, all the way to an orca with legs. Some of them have evolutions, like the Megatar from the Mini-Tar. Kind of reminds you of a Final Fantasy summon. Different creatures, which all in this Pokedex thing all look, this monster journal, all look pretty horrifying. And as you can see, I have a bio because I have captured the majority of everything available. Like, that guy is a pain in the ass to get because he randomly pops up in any battle. I forget, it's like a small percentage chance. You can also get these through random eggs through reward boxes. So if sometimes you'll get lucky. There's a boss. So the only way to get these bosses is you have to 5-star them. And like I said, I was having issues 5-starring them. I'm not understanding the point system and how things work. So maybe I'll come back and take a look at that and try to get these, because this is a boss. You'd get a 5-star and you'd get an egg, or you'd get a crafting and evolution material to come back and find one of these guys and evolve it. So we have a boss here. That's obviously why we have these question marks, a boss, exclamation marks, or question marks and exclamation marks. So this is an evolution and a boss. There's another boss. Try to go slow. There's another boss. So I had this one because I had a Firestone and I had one of these guys. These guys are like the Eevee, the Draconov. These guys are like the Eevee of the game. They have 4 different evolutions. There's the fire evolution, the water evolution. So let's go back up and finish. There's like a firefly that turns into a fairy Glodra, or it's basically a fairy dragon. It's a lava slime blob. Mega Rock, that's an evolution of Little Rock Dude, a bug, Arachnolich. So here's the wind, I want to say. This is the wind guy. And see, you have to beat him with a 5-star, and you can see there's a question mark down here by me. That's the item you need to get from him to turn that other smaller dude into him. Another boss. There's Fox Demon, or Kitsune, but it's a Satsune. Yeah, it's kind of funny, he's got a red nose. But he's Thanatos, the god of death. Thanatoi. Rainbow Slime. King Blob, this is another one. You 5-star it, you get a crown, and then you take a random blob and you turn it into a King Blob. Here's a reference because of the team. Team 17 worked on a very specific franchise. Another boss. This was a boss, but I like 5-starred. I 5-starred him like no problem. Got his egg, hatched him. There he is. Another boss, another boss. This is the mount that I need. It says Lofty Mount. This amount allows you to ride it, or this monster allows you to ride it, and it gives you basically not a third jump, but it turns your jumps into basically 2 jumps in 1. So you basically do 4 jumps, or like a 3 jump in 2. So I'd have to 5-star him, then once I 5-star him or her, whatever, I can then go get those other last 2 chest scenarios. Another boss. This was a boss fight, but you got the egg just for winning the battle. You didn't have to actually 5-star it, you just had to win the battle. This was another boss that I 5-starred. It was actually really easy. But again, I have no idea how they decide it. Another boss, Ancient Aquatic Dragon, so this is the water one, obviously. But same thing, you get that little exclamation mark thing next to him. You go to that other Draconov, turns into that. So you'd have 4 of them in total. A bug, looks like a mosquito. A tar, kind of looks like a Cubone, but made of tar. Oh, a turtle with a volcano on its back. Some dinosaurs, a mushroom, this is an evolution, another boss, and another boss. And again, you get the little piece, you evolve a guy, you get him. Make sure you get that piece of paper, you give it to him, and he evolves into that demon thing. Talk, this is basically how you see what your next quest is, your primary, your side quest, or just random things like, oh, we should visit your parents. Okay, let's go visit my parents. My parents are located above the exit to the dungeon here. So we're gonna go. I'm gonna switch. We're gonna go talk to my parents here. Oh, you become a keeper master, which is the highest rank. That means I've defeated all the champion monsters across the sanctuary. Ah, miracle! Our child is a keeper master. You deserve a special reward. Obtain the box. I get these, so you'll get these. We'll go in here. Open all. And then it'll give you a bunch of random... Or this level 4. It gave me an Elder Gel, so that's another thing. You can either 5-star them and get the egg, or you can open up the correct box. Like there's a level 5 and then there's like a level X. And the level X has the greatest chance. They're pretty rare to get, pretty hard to get, but it has the greatest chance of getting the boss monsters like this. I don't have an Elder Gel. Pop it open. I now have an Elder Gel, as always. You get to name it. Now I go to monster. Go here to wherever the hell Elder. There it is. Now I got the bio. So now I can look at this, and I see the Elder Gel allows the player to swim unaffected by water streams. It's cool. Now that I'm a monster keeper, you can go here to the Keeper's Tower, which you can see the symbols. There's basically like an infinite arena, a place where you can re-challenge bosses, so you can fight the bosses again, 5-star them, get their egg. There's the online duels, and then there's just like the dueling area for in-game dueling. I don't really understand that. Then we can go up here to this guy, and he is guarding the sacred place. Almost open. And then I can enter it. Eternity's End. The god of this realm, you have fought and conquered. Blah, 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 blah. One of my avatars, the first keepers of the sanctuary. Challenge a fight. Should you prove? You may challenge each of them to a fight. Should you prove victorious, you will be rewarded with an egg of the spectral familiar. They lack free will, however, they will return to their realm after their keeper passes. So basically, this is another area where you can go and fight the avatars of like the guy here. You beat him, you get the egg, which is probably another. I 5-star it. You 5-star it, you get the egg. So whatever guy you have out, whatever monster you have out, you can has a special ability. There's a guy here where if the world gets too weak, you can come through and you can raise the levels of everything around you and just keep raising them until they get to max, or you can lower them. This guy is basically the place where you can leave when you have too many. Like, I don't have a need for this guy, so I can just leave him here. If I want to pick him up, I have them all just sitting right here. Now we can go back to teleport. You have the evolution tree. Simply have the guy in your inventory, pick what item you want, pull them, boom, it'll tell you if it has no effect. If it does, it'll show, oh, you want to evolve? Evolve. Then you have the world tree, which you can see a bunch of NPCs here. There's also a shop here that I forget what you can purchase, but you can purchase something from here. Oh, damn it. I hope B to skip, that's right. Okay. Yeah, there's a shop here. I just forget where the shop is. Is it you? No. Okay, but there's a shop here. I forget what it sells. There's a shop in this area, and I believe there's another shop in this area that give kind of specially unique items. There's a couple shops in here. which is kind of like you can buy basic weapons, basic food, and basic potions based on your rank. So since I'm master, I can basically purchase pretty much any item in the game. The Infinite Arena gives you items and tokens and stuff where you can pretty much purchase any item in the game based on your rank. So since I'm a master, I can pretty much purchase anything or win enough tickets to purchase anything. And I've found you pretty much find everything, you just have to give it time. Here you can change your outfit, like right now I beat the final alchemist, so I got the alchemist. You mastered it, so since I became a master, kind of tells you the different outfits. I've found a couple, I've crafted a couple. This one's pretty much hatch or evolve all 1,100 monsters. So basically going through and 5-starring everything. But there's your male and then your female. I like this one and that one, but I was rocking this one for a while because it looks kind of like Indiana Jones. This also is if you want to change your name, you can change your name. Last but not least, you have... Oh, yeah, last but not least, you have the... I already did talk, map, just kind of show you the map. Last but not least, we have the monsters themselves. So, when you look at the monsters, you can see some of them look funny. That is because eventually you get to shift them, where you can go in and use an item or find one in the wild, get its egg, and it'll say like light shifted and then the name of the monster, or dark shifted. Once you get one of those, you can switch it, obviously, if it's not the one you want, but it tells you like, hey, this is what happens if you do one or the other. Like if I was to go to this guy and hit shift, it shows me what they would look like and what skills they have. Like this guy, Utopia. Every monster in party gains 3 charge stacks. Start of each turn. Shadow proc. Every action applies additional damage hit. Blah, 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 blah. Go here. Look at this turtle. Shows you. And then you have items like where if you don't want any of that, you just want to get rid of them, you can put a clear stone on them. Clears it away. Basically, way to get back. Your rare candy, again, rare candy, skill resetter, obvious, resets the skills. Skill potion, every monster can get 1 additional skill point to go above, so they go from 42 points to 43 points. And the monster bell, which if you're trying to farm one specific monster and it's like you get a 3-pack of them somewhere and you're farming that one specific one, you can just keep resummoning it until you get the egg or you get the amount of eggs. Key items are by me. You can see I've got, those are the double jump boots and the warm underwear. Those are the warm underwear, long johns basically. Those are about all the key items in the game that you can get for like improving yourself, because the rest are just keys that you get to unlock certain things, items you need to unlock a fight, fights along the way. One of the biggest things is, as you can see, I have a lot of different ones. These obviously are all in my party. So the 6 I can pick from when I go into a fight, but they all do something different. I have these guys in here because this guy can move heavy blocks. This one because it can burn things and it shoots fire, rather than some of them will actually have the fire just right in front of it. This one actually shoots, so you can hit things that further away, say like the orb is up on the roof or it's on the side of a wall and you can't get to it. I can just stand here and like say it's right there where that torch is. I can just sit here and it hits it. This guy has an ability that'll break walls if there's a breakable hidden wall there. I already explained that guy. What this one does is when she will find like these invisible platforms that you'll see an outline, when you have her out, she will make those solid so you can jump on them. This guy, Worm, he shoots out a grappling thing that if there's like a grappling point, you can grapple to it. Morph transforms you into a ball so that you can get into these like tight, narrow areas. This is a mount. You can ride it, and this will break walls. It'll break hidden walls, and it'll break diamond walls for you. It's also really fast, better than walking. Obviously, flying. This is the greater one. This will take you way up higher, and it lasts longer on like how much it keeps you flying. But when you're in the water or tar, you can swim, and you're unaffected by the water streams. So you'll see a bunch of these jet of bubbles, and whatever's headed in that direction, that's the way you go. But if you have this, those bubbles don't matter to you. There's these magical barriers you'll find. This guy you can pop out. He'll do that. More magic barrier. There's these magical vines. So normally you'd use the fire guy to burn vines away. But this guy can not only give you the ability to go past these magical vines, but prevents you, like if there were some monsters, I could slip right past them. This one again just shoots out some bubbles which would activate a water orb. Same thing, shoots out some bubbles that would activate an earth orb. This guy can be ridden, so he's one of the slower mounts, but the main thing for this one is that it has dark vision, so there's enemies, or there's monsters out there that have dark vision, or they just light up a room. So if I go into a room that's dark, it'll show up as, everything will show up as kind of like a red, because that's now I have dark vision. So I can still see in the darkness. This guy has an ability that moves out and away, but it also does cold and electricity. And then last but not least, one of the bosses, this guy can cause things to levitate. So there's these big massive boulders, and you need to levitate them, and that's actually how you get to some of the end game content. And that's pretty much all the abilities and monsters you need to explore the map. Like, there's nothing in the game right now that'll stop me, minus the fact that I can't get that area because I need that extra jump to make it to the platform. Now to show some battle, this is, you can see the monsters, you bump into them, you can't really preemptively hit them, so we go into combat, I use my ultimate, hits them with all the different elements, puts all the different elemental debuffs on them, stack, get all that stuff. I can heal to put a shield on myself. Then the enemy goes. Now I can continue to weaken them by putting even more debuffs. I can continue to stack buffs on my guys, remove buffs. Use this guy's ultimate to heal if I had damage. If not, I can heal and I can refill my barrier. Once all that is done, I can put up a shield that does frost to them. Continue to heal to keep that barrier up, remove debuffs my enemy is putting on me. So this build is kind of like I put as many debuffs on the enemy as I can, and then I just sit here behind a shield and pretend like they can't hurt me because I'm getting rid of all their debuffs. See, I just kept getting rid of their debuffs. Get the victory screen, you see how many points you got, and depending on how many points you got, it shows you your star rating, which shows you then your chance at your rare loot. See, I'm at 60. Then gold bonus, I'm at 130% of the normal gold bonus, meaning I'm getting 22 and 222 gold. I'm getting crack of my egg, hazelnut. Get some XP. So once you hit 42, you still can gain XP. Every 300,000, you get a 42 level up badge, which essentially makes it so that you can... whereas the normal level up badge will only allow you to go 1 or 2 levels below your highest leveled guy, the level 42 badge will let you take monster to level 42 with them. So like an actual rare can. But as the game goes, this is it. It got an update not too long ago, which gave you these statues here, which I haven't gone through and fought yet because it looks like a headache. But you have these statues. These give you these really tough fights that are all maxed out, and they all have unique different strategies. But there's 20 of them. I think there's like 20 of them, and they're all different fights with all different monsters, with all different unique strategies. And they're all kind of that like final, beyond Final Four kind of thing, if you know Pokemon. And I took a look at, I kind of peeked, and I took a look at what the prize was for beating all, I think it's like 11 of the basic ones, or 22, I forget what it is, before they updated this. It's not that good of an item for the fact that it takes you until the end of the game to get to this point. It's not worth it. For someone who wants to have everything, it's worth it. But for someone like me, who I'm just kind of like, I beat it, it doesn't look like there's going to be any new content coming out for this. So this is going to be I beat it, I'm satisfied with it, I'm going to uninstall it as soon as I finish this review. Because I looked down at it. It got an update not too long ago, but it's not updating as frequently as I'd want for a collector game like this. And the story is pretty much done and over with. So unless they come out with a 2 or an expansion DLC, like a new story in a new place, this one's done. Final thoughts. I had a lot of fun. This was a good mashup of Pokemon and Metroidvania. You had to get each one of those. They were at different places throughout the game. You could get lucky and you could get an egg early, so you could kind of get some things here and there a little bit early. You could cheat it a little bit, and if you knew where certain things were, you could go get them real quick and then go back to an area that you're currently on and have that ability to get through there or get something. But there's nothing in the game where, like, if I would have gotten an ability to get through something, to get to another thing, to give me an item, it would have wrecked the game. Because most chests were like, banana. I'm like, oh, banana. One banana. It's a end-ish level item food. I guess it's cool that I get one banana. And then a piece of linen. Oh, okay. Awesome. I guess I don't have to buy a piece of linen if I need one. But other than that, I definitely suggest getting it. I think I picked this game up for like $3. It was on sale for like 70% off or something, so I spent less than $5 for it. Honestly, it was worth it. It's I was gonna say I wouldn't be mad if I put $10 into this game. If I had picked this game up for like $10, hell, if I would have picked this game up for $20, I wouldn't be mad. It was a lot of fun. I put a lot of hours. Does it show me how many hours I put into it? It doesn't show me. I put a decent amount of hours into this game. And usually I'm happy if I can get like $1 per hour. So for $3, I got easily 20 something hours. So yeah, I can say I'm satisfied. And the music, I caught myself humming the music. So it kind of gets into your ear and you're kind of like, and then next thing you know, you're like, wait, am I humming the Monster Sanctuary music or am I humming the Pokemon music? Oh well, but highly recommend this game, especially if you can pick it up on sale. Definitely worth your time, definitely worth a playthrough, at least if you do it once. It was fun. It had a little bit of a steep learning curve, but I got through it. It became actually pretty easy, and it's just now it's just a matter of figuring out how you 5-star things. But that's where I'm going to leave this review. So please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how it's going. Let me know if you've played this game, what you thought of it in the comments below. And until next time, what is it? The story's been told, the dice rolled, the wheel spun. Until next time, adventure on.